Welcome to this new presentation of the Hard Rock Show. I'm Andrew. That's Jeff. A big thank you to you for jumping in. We just filmed some TV. We're doing something a bit different tonight, and so I'll tease what's coming up on the TV side of things at the end of this little thing here. This is going to be a shorter show, not one of our large, long streams. This is a pre-recorded thing that we're doing where I'm tentatively sort of theming this around. We had the whole mixtape madness thing as a segment on the live streams. I think that this is what might be the evolution of that turns into, because the idea here is that Jeff and I will both, we've done homework away from here and not told each other what we're doing here. So we're going to talk about a song each, and that's just for plugging a song to see what people know about a song. And then we're going to talk about an album. Each of us just quickly have a bit of a chat about an album. We're both going to go away and listen to what the other person has picked because we don't know what they are yet, and then we'll come back next week and sort of compare notes kind of thing in for lack of a better term. There's no real hard and fast rhyme and reason this one. We're just trying something different, so hopefully you like it, and we'll sort of power on through. So the first part of the show is going to be we talk about the songs we're bringing to the table tonight. So I guess, Jeff, without any further ado, what song did you want to talk about in this new show we're kicking off tonight?
Sure. Well, so when I was trying to pick my album that I wanted to share, I went through a bunch of different bands that I was like, well, I want this one, I want this one, no, I want this one. Then I think of somebody else, and then it went on and on like that, back and forth. So at the end, just tonight, I hadn't completely decided. And so, but I had it shortlisted, obviously. Yeah. So the song that I'm choosing is from kind of like the runner-up, which I might feature them later on down the track.
Ooh, nice.
And it's from the 80s. There's no question. It's from the 80s. It's an 80s song. And they've got a video. It's not the best quality video, but I can put it up. It's watchable. It's not terrible. Yeah. But the band is a Canadian band. Why wouldn't I?
Why not, man?
Why not, right? So it's a Canadian band that I love. Yeah. I've seen them live. In fact, I saw them play at like an outdoor festival type thing, where multiple bands were playing, and they were on the stage. And I don't know who it was, but there must have been a heckler in the audience.
Oh, okay.
And on that particular occasion, everyone I'm sure has heard of Hell's Angels. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that's who was running security.
Oh, shit.
Yes, Hell's Angels was working security. So you had all these guys in, leather, it was like fucking Sons of Anarchy. And they were working security, and somebody was so stupid that he was like throwing shit at the singer while he was on stage. And so right in the middle of the fucking song, the singer just went, "Fuck you," and he dove off the fucking stage and wailing on this guy. And then next thing you know, Hell's Angels, it was just like we're just like, couldn't believe what we were seeing. Wow. And that happened, and I'm like I said, I lived to tell the tale. But if I had been closer up there, who knows what could have happened?
Yeah, well, that's it.
It was pretty crazy. But anyway, the band is a band that I really, really love. They're called Honeymoon Suite.
Oh, yeah.
And some of you may have heard of them, and maybe vaguely or something. They never really were that big out here.
Talked about them heaps, yeah.
Yeah,
well, we haven't.
They actually did. Speaking of movie soundtracks, they did the official movie soundtrack for Lethal Weapon. Not many people know that. Yeah,
there you go.
The very first Lethal Weapon, and cool. So I thought I would include one of their songs that I really love. This is a great song, and the song is called "Feel It Again."
Okay, cool. All right,
and I'll send you the link. You can put the video up and do whatever you're going to do. Yep. So,
cool.
I like it. It's just a great song. It's got a lot of power, passion, energy. It's got everything there. And like I said, I was going to put the album up that it comes from.
Yeah.
And at the last minute, I sort of chose, no, I'll just put that song up and then another album from another band. Yeah. So cool. I hope you like it. Whoever's going to listen to it.
Well, that's the point. We don't know. This is just us plugging a song for the sake of plugging a song.
For the sake of plug. Yep, absolutely. Yep. So
just for the sake of plugging it. And there are no rules for this one, just so you know, folks. Like normally we have different rules for different shows and that. For this thing here, there's no rules. It's just whatever you want to do, whatever any of us want to pick. It's just that's what it is.
Yeah.
I've gone with a new one, which is what I tend to hunt down anyway. I keep track of the new stuff. And I've gone with an Aussie band for mine because, hey, why not? Because I'm Australian, right? The same thing as the Canadian thing.
Yeah.
For you there, Jeff. I'll go for what I do as well. Now, Melbourne band Shadowqueen have been releasing singles lately, and I'm hoping that this is leading to their third album overall. I'm hoping because I've loved these guys since the first time I heard them and then met them, and they're fantastic people on top of all that as well. So it's even better when they're great people as well. But the two singles I've released lately are Won't Give Up and Hold On. And I've chosen to go with Hold On this time around. It's a bit of a different song for Shadowqueen. It's a 3-piece hard rock band that do really great stuff. But this one's a bit more of a ballad. It's got some synth work in there, that kind of stuff. So I've sort of changed pace and changed gear and sound a little bit on this one. But it's a slower song where the space involved and it really highlights Robbie's vocals, and that, not to diminish the other band members, but Robbie's vocal is what really makes this stand out for me personally, listening to him, and her vocals in this are fantastic as always. It's got a great hook in this song. I love the emotion and the use of harmony in this one as well, and that delivery that Robbie has is one of one as far as I'm concerned. It's really, really good stuff. It's a powerful song. It stays with you long after it finishes playing. It's a ballad, but it packs one hell of a punch. So just for me, it's one of those songs that just lands and it stays there. They nailed it for that one. And so while it's not the most rocked up song, the other single, Won't Give Up, is much more rocked up than this one. So there's more to them than just this one song. But this is the one I wanted to highlight. It's the most recent single, and I really did fall in love with it very quickly. So hopefully you guys do as well. When this one goes out to the public, we'll put links into the description, all that kind of stuff as well. So there's references there or links for you to go and check things out. Yeah. So hit the description box and you'll find what you're looking for there when it comes to these songs. And then the albums we're going to talk about as well, just so that you've got some context there to, it makes it easy for you. That's the point, right? Try and make it easy for you to find these things. What we'll do now is go to the albums, and then what we'll do is we'll add these albums after this one tonight to our current listening thing. So if you're following our current listening playlist on YouTube, you'll probably get a sneak peek of this before it all goes public and that, and you'll see what's going on. But yeah, we'll add these ones to the playlist to make it easy for us to do our notes next week. But anyway, time to the album side of things, which we've teased for a while. And these aren't meant to be full-blown reviews, just us giving some reasons why we picked an album to showcase and give to the co-host and see how we're going this week. So like, the old school exchange of, have you heard this? Have you checked this out? That's what we're talking. That's the vibe.
Remember that? That was awesome.
That old thing. That's what we're going for with this. So, Jeff, what album are you presenting for us all to check out this week?
Okay, well, it's an album that I guarantee probably nobody out there has heard of. Well, I wouldn't say nobody, but they just were not big. They couldn't crack the United States market, but they did. They were very popular in Canada. They're from Canada, of course. Mm-hmm. So I chose a Canadian band again. Shamefully.
Right. No rules. Good.
But this is actually, these guys are considered Canada's most popular band.
Ah.
Yeah. They haven't sold the most albums of all Canadian artists, but they are considered the most popular. This album that I chose went 5 times diamond in Canada.
Wow. Okay, that's nuts.
Yeah. So it is a pretty big album for them, and it's considered one of the biggest selling Canadian albums of all time. I think it actually might be the biggest selling.
Okay.
And so, I mean, that's bigger than Bryan Adams and Shania Twain and all of them. Okay, this is bigger than that.
Curious who this is. Okay.
Yeah. So this is a band. They're no longer around. Unfortunately, in 2016 or 2017. Well, in 2016, they held a concert. And it was basically done live and it went on live on Canadian TV. And it was so important that all Canadian broadcasting stopped and every channel in Canada played it live.
I remember that happening. I just can't remember the band. Yeah, okay.
And I watched it streamed live on YouTube. I watched it. I was just like, it was a tearjerker because we knew that it was the last one that we were ever going to see because the singer had incurable brain cancer. And he did a concert, and shortly after that, he passed. But it was quite a concert, and that is the band to put you out of your misery here is the Tragically Hip.
That's right. Yes.
And the song, or the album rather, is the album Fully Completely. And it came out in 92. And massive album. And every song on it is good. And it just shows you the versatility of, they don't stick to one genre or anything like that. The versatility of the music is just incredible. And I'm kind of hoping that, I don't know if you've heard it at all, but I'm kind of hoping that you haven't.
I wanted to, but I haven't, yeah.
Yeah, so that you're going to get a chance now. And
that's it, yeah.
So, and I hope you like it. If you don't, you don't. I can tell you that, as I said, they're considered Canada's band, right? Even bigger than Rush, in that regards. But their singer can be polarizing. He can be polarizing. You either like him as a vocalist, because he was a poet. He was a real poet. He wrote poetry, and then he turned all his poetry into lyrics. I have
heard songs, so I'm not unaware. Yep.
Yeah. No, I mean, they were big enough that I'm sure, but just an amazing band. And
all right, now I'm working out which one of us has dropped out. One of us has dropped out, I think. I just don't know which one of us has dropped out. If you're in the comments, let us know. I think it might be Jeff. I'm not sure. Oh, are you back now? I think you're muted. Unmute yourself. No, your mic's... Yeah, your mic is not connected anymore. For some reason, you've dropped out.
That was no, that was this program. It was muted in here.
Okay. There you go.
It's not. Yes, not now. Okay. Anyway,
cool.
I don't know what it was. No, it's not your fault.
You were talking. Jolie's here too, so we all know who's here. So
hey, Jolie.
I said who dropped out because I couldn't tell if it was you or me because it's always weird when it's one or two of us, and it's gone. Yep. Sumal has gone Jeff dropped, Michael's gone Jeff dropped, and then Jolie's gone Jeff. So that confirmed it for me, which is thank you for the support in the comments there, folks. Anyway, you were talking about the last thing we heard from you was you were talking about basically how big this was as an event, and that I haven't. I was saying that I was aware of the band, but I haven't heard.
Yeah, that's right. So look, I want you to share the. I'm hoping that you like it, but like I said, the singer can be very polarizing.
Yep.
Some people absolutely love him, and the majority of Canada, I would say, loves him.
Yep.
It's kind of like Cold Chisel. Everyone in Australia loves Cold Chisel. Well, most people. Everyone knows about them. Maybe not everyone loves them.
Yeah, but
you know about it. Yeah, and that's the same thing with these guys. This is the Canadian version of Cold Chisel.
That's a good. All right, cool. Yeah.
So
nice.
And so look, I think they're great, and you'll find that if you watch any of the clips of videos and stuff, that on stage the singer, like I swear he took a page out of Peter Garrett's.
Oh, wow, okay.
He does the whole. Yep. And Peter Garrett was doing it way before he was. Yeah. So clearly he saw that and went, I
can do that too.
Yeah, that's right.
No, fair enough. No.
Cool. So I love them a lot. And Tragically Hip and the album Fully Completely, Canada's biggest selling album. So
cool. No, I'm looking forward to checking that out. It is one of those ones that we always mention, or we have talked about, even just you and I have talked about, they got this bucket list of bands and albums that you've never gotten around to hearing or checking out because there's so much work to do, quote unquote. Although we find this work, it's enjoyable, but we've got a different focus. But I think that's part of the fun of doing this format here is we get to go and tick some of these off the list, which I'm looking forward to doing that for this. So we'll come back next week and I'll give you my thoughts on this one. I'll get some comments here. Vinny's gone, I may have been dropped as a child. It's very possible, Vinny. Jolly's eating again, so enjoy your meal. And Sumalet's gone, not many people know, look at Peter Garrett and think, I want some of that.
I know, but this guy did,
well, that's fantastic. All right, for my album, I've gone with something new because we all know I like to try and keep up to date with what's happening in the here. Now, I will at time to time unveil or put forward a classic, I guess, in my mind, but I always try to hunt down some newer ones. So for me, I've actually gone and listened to the latest from Armored Saint with their new album, Emotion Factory Reset. That's my pick for this week.
Nice.
Yeah, we did a big special on Armored Saint a number of years ago now, and I've checked out the other albums since we did that one, but this one here was one I was really, really hanging for after the singles had been sort of dropped in advance. And for me, you're never quite sure when this band's going to appear because they're always doing something and it always goes quiet, and then they come back and go bang, and then it's go quiet again. It's always that sort of up and down with these guys. Yeah. But for me, it was just good to have them back first and foremost. But when you listen to the album, they're in fucking fine form, which is great. It's got all the things you want. So the riffs, the melody, the attack, all that trademark sound from the guys is there. I love the energy on this album across the board. It's not a heap of peaks and troughs, so to speak, across the album. It does change pace and have gear change, don't get me wrong. But there's this sort of relentless energy in this album that's really just captivating. John Bush is fantastic. I love his bite, as I always do. There's great lyrics.
He's one of my favorite vocalists.
And a great storyteller too. I just like the grit and the rubble in this across the board. There are some cute little melodic or more melodic moments amongst them. Like it does change pace, but there's, like I said, that relentless energy across the board is what's cool. It's got great groove, some great solos. Everyone gets to shine, but at the same time, it just sounds great. I love how everyone gets to shine, but it's polished, but it's not. It's still gritty. It's the whole album just packs a punch for mine. It's really, really solid. What I found cool about this one, which is what they do part of the sound, is it's slightly offbeat. It's almost progressive here and there, which just gives that those gear changes you are looking for. So it's not like it's a wildly diverse album, but those little accents or moments of diversion really do sort of stand out when you listen to this album. What was really cool too is that it's almost like a metal time capsule. Like there's hints of so many different eras and so many different styles that are just in there. Like you'll hear it when you listen to it. Like you'll know what I'm talking about when you listen to it. I think it's just fantastic. This is a really solid sort of 8-shot album for me. I really enjoy it. If you're going to pick tracks, I'd pick Moonshot, Not On Your Life, and Epilogue, but there's heaps there. So I'm really, really curious, Jeff, how you'll go with this one over the next week. A Symbol of Salvation for me is still this band's high tide mark.
My favorite.
And I think it's everyone's favorite. Everyone listens to this, but everyone hears that album and goes, how the fuck are these guys not a household name like Metallica?
I know. Last Train Home, Rain
exactly.
of Fire. That fucking opening track.
You can hear those songs in your head straight away. It's so good.
Came out in 91, and we're still hearing it in your heads. Yeah,
exactly. Yep. Yeah. So that to me, it's the hardest one to beat. So you always hold it up against their best. That's why I say this is 8 for now. It might go up though, because I don't know if it'll be a 10 sort of an album, but it could be a 9 by the end of the year. Just one of those ones where you sit there and go, you know what? It's really cool, and there's something about it sort of drags you back in for more. And I started spinning it. I'm like, you know what? And it's just like the more you spin it, the more you get into it, kind of thing. It's like it grabs from the start, but the more you spend time on it, it's like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm really into this one. It's one of those ones I can see myself going back to as the rest of the year progresses. So that's the one I'm putting on the table this week.
Glad to have it because it's gonna. I have not heard it, so I'm looking forward to it.
No, cool. Well, there we go. We got 2. I'm wondering if it'll ever happen, right? Because we're doing 2 new albums that neither of us have checked out before, which is fantastic. That's kind of the point. But I'm wondering what'll happen the week that we both put forward the same album. That's going to be an interesting one because I reckon it might happen one day.
Oh,
it might. Yeah, it's possible. It's not likely, but it's possible.
I was thinking that if we set some early ground rules on this, I would love to dig into the old stuff. And if you want to go with new, we could call this segment Both Sides of the Coin.
Yeah.
Both sides of the same coin. You could pick new, I'll pick old.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll change it up. I'll do new, you do old, and we'll rotate.
Yeah. No, cool. All right.
But then we'll have to, if we do that, we have to coordinate. We don't tell what the album is.
No. We're not spoiling the album.
This week I'm doing old, whatever. Yeah.
All right, cool. No, that might work, actually. We'll discuss that further. Well, like I said, this is really new for us, so we're just trying something different for a bit of fun. But I reckon that's a cool little idea, and we can see what happens. This is cool. Ula's here. So good to see you. Hi, all. He's just gone. Was going to nominate one of the new Armored Saint tracks to Tastemakers. Well, that'll be coming up on Friday, the next nomination round. So you can put it forward then. But yeah, that's all it is. It's a really short, sharp little bit here. We don't want to be here for long. We just wanted to put this out there and
we'll discuss it next time.
Next week, along with bringing, and not just discuss these ones, we'll also bring forward more albums to continue the cycle rolling.
Every week we'll do that, and we'll talk about the one from the previous week, what we thought about it.
Yeah, just that's like like we said, it's the whole here. Have you checked this out? And then you go away and spin it, and come back and that weekly have a session with each other and just talk about something that's kind of cool. So there we go. Trying to bring that fun part back to the music world. So
that really was. Everyone did it.
It was the best thing to do.
In the 80s, where you had the ability to record a mixtape or something.
Yeah,
and you took it to school and you traded it with your buddies and said, check out this. You took the time to write every song out.
Yeah,
on the sleeve
and pencil.
Yeah, Yeah, and it was that. People still do it, but it's not like it used to.
Well, now it's a playlist more than anything else. Yeah,
and this is why I still say that I think in some ways music has lost some of its value now because it is so readily available. Back then, there was a real effort that you had to make to get something.
Yeah,
you had to go find it. You had to go down to buy it. There wasn't some place you just sit on your computer, go click, or on your phone.
I would counterpoint though that I would say that because there's so much now, being the filter before you present it to someone else, that's the hard part now.
Yeah. I mean, it's still fun to share a playlist with somebody. There's no question, and it's very easy to do. But
I like the album thing though, because it's a little more in depth than just here's a bunch of songs and check them out. This is one of those ones that becomes a conversation point, which is the point.
Yeah.
I
mean, can you remember, getting the album or whatever? One of your buddies got it. You got the album, whatever it was. You invited them over. They invited you over, and you went over to their house or whatever. You went. They went to your place, whatever it was, and you sat in the room. You put
like a listening party
on.
Yeah.
And it was just like you just sat there and almost in silence, looking at each other, going,
that like, real reaction. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That was just awesome.
That was cool.
I feel sorry for the younger generation because they haven't really experienced it.
But they'll have their own. Yeah,
they will.
They'll have their own things, which is that's the way the world moves forward.
Yeah, it's gonna just get uploaded into their fucking heads. That sounds science fiction, but it's not.
No, that's true. But it's funny because you got the comments that are coming through here as well. So Michael's gone in Australia at high school, different system. Tough kids snatch cassettes, took it off and dropped it on the ground. Tell metalhead you're a weirdo. Yeah, like they would, that old thing there. The metalheads were always sort of the outcast, and I think that's the part of why we sort of do this to bring back the community side of things, because it is so noisy in that in the world. We want to try and sort of cut the noise a little bit and have a bit of fun. Michael, I see a topic there. He's got a different one. We'll pin this for another time. He's gone, thought of a topic for some time in the future. A topic is an album or an EP you weren't sold on at first, but later came back to that release and fell in love with it years later after your first listen. Mine would be North Lane's second album, Singularity, which features the original vocalist, Adrian. Okay, that's an interesting topic for another time. We will pin that for a hot topic on a Thursday discussion, and so we'll bring that one to the table. But yeah, that's about it for this one. So we've gone through some albums, some songs. We'll put them on the playlists and all that kind of stuff, and we'll come back next Tuesday and do it all again. But yeah, big thank you to Jeff for jumping in here. A big thank you to all of you watching out there, and give us your thoughts on these as well. Obviously, by the time we do this, you'll get the chance over 2 weeks to sort of give us your thoughts on all this sort of stuff, which is cool. And then, we'll just sort of keep this rolling. And make sure you check us out on Thursday nights for our big live stream. Sunday nights are coming up with something different as well. Going to start this Sunday, or by the time you watch this, it'll already pass, but just watch out for Sundays. There's TV. There's 10:30 p.m. Thursday nights, Channel 44 Adelaide, and 10:30 p.m. Saturday nights, Channel 31 in Melbourne. And speaking of, just a bit of teaser here, the episode we just filmed before we did this one, which will air on June 11 and 13, respectively, it has clips from Black Label Society, Tailor-Made Rejects, Anthrax, Roxbury, Evanescence, Hands Like Houses, Bruce Dickinson, Sisters Doll, Gus G, Catalano, Kurt Diemer, and Crash died. So there's a lot there going on. So we're having a lot of fun there as well on the TV side of things. Make sure you go and check that out. That's what's happening that week. I've worked out where we are in the cycle of things, so we can sort of give this one a bit of forward promotion there. As you're watching this one, it'll be next week's TV episode. So there you go. Final comment here before I go through Ula's con. I missed the 60-minute train trips into City for Metal from Melbourne to pick up an album. There we go. Yeah. So I think that whole digging through and find out. We've got a few conversation points about album art and that coming up in the future as well. So we'll visit all these ones on the Thursday night sessions. But that'll do for now. Keeping this one a shorter show. We'll just leave it there and see how we go. But a big thank you, like I was saying, to Jeff. Thank you. Big thank you to our Patreon people behind the scenes. We'll hang around with you guys and chat for a minute more. And a big thank you to all of you watching at home. Until next time, I'm Andrew. You all know what to do. Drink up. Rock on.
Cheers.